Welcome back to another HABS Daily News with your hockey coach guru, Coach FRENCHY. Episode number 55 on the July 2nd, 2022. Don't go nowhere. Yes, you know the drill. Please click on the like, subscribe to the show. Leave me a comment about the episode number 55. I'm going to reply for each one of you. Let's dive in. The HABS UFA July 13. We're going to starting to explore what the Montreal could do July 13 for the UFA and NHL. HABS take a goalie. Can the Montreal Canadiens take a goalie during the next NHL Draft 2022 next week? HABS History July 2nd. Carey Price. Trade bait. Jesse PULJUJARVI requests a trade for the Edmonton Oilers. Finally, the NHL prospect, the two goalies, I believe, are the best for the NHL Draft 2022. Finally, at the end, of course, the NHL news is the Montreal Canadiens are going to be active or not on July 13. They don't have a lot of money, honestly. And to open up some money on the salary cap, they have to trade Jeff Petrie and Joel Armia. And that's not going to be easy for them to do, honestly. I suggest they should not touch or to negotiate with each one of them. For me, do not look for Piquet Subban. We know we've been with the Montreal Canadiens in the past. The 33 years old have 22 points and 77 games with 5 goals. Is a third pairing defenseman for him. Is not eccentric highlights player he is anymore, and for me, Montreal does not need. Letang, same situation, 35 years old, 68 points and 78 games with 10 goals. Letang requests about $7-8 million for about 3 to 5 year contract. Montreal should let him go, and we expect him to be with Pittsburgh. Ben Chiarot, been with Montreal before, 31 years old, 9 goals in 74 games, 26 points. Didn't have a great playoff last year. Montreal is already set up anyway for a left defenseman. Carey, 31 years old, 87 points, 71 game, and 28 goals. Amazing, great year. But Montreal second pick center, I think, is not going to be happening. And the money he asks, it's too much. As a goaltender, Fleury, 37 years old, .908 and 2.91, and Quimper, 32 years old, 2.54, .92 and 1. And of course, Campbell, I can add. I think Montreal at that moment should not looking for those kind of goalies over 30 years old. Now, look, other players now may be worth it to sit down and look what the Montreal can get. Now, Klember is a right defenseman, 29 years old, 6 goals and 74 game, 47 points. This is a long shot, Montreal, to get him. I think Montreal, because he requests $7-8 million. That's something Montreal does not have. Josh Manson is interesting. 30 years old, 6 goals, 67 game, 16 points. Because Manson, it does not an offensive side of his game. Montreal should be careful if they're looking for him. Now, Strandman, guys, the veteran, 35 years old, 8 goals, 23 points, 74 game. I think at his age, it's something Montreal should let him go. Now, I want to talk about 3 forward. Nico Shen, 27 years old, 25 goals, 52 points, 62 game. Really interesting because the demand for him will be high. I think it's too much money. I would prefer to go with Burakovsky, guys. 22 goals, 61 points, 80 game, 27 years old. I think it's a guy can get a $5 million. I know we have Hoffman, Drouin, Gallagher, and Anderson. But if ever those guys are on the movement for the Montreal Canadiens, I think Burakovsky could be a great return. Athanasio, guys, is someone I will pay attention. Very fast. That's the pace of the game, what St. Louis likes the most. And on 28 game, guys, 17 points with 11 goals. And he's only 27. Now, he's a bone injury. He got hurt a lot with concussion. But I think a lower money is something Montreal should look for him. I think for every player I mentioned to you so far, Athanasio is a great asset. Now, the Uso, 27 years old, 2.56, .919 save percentage and 40 game, have an amazing, great year. But he struggled on the playoff. Now, here's the situation with the goalies for the Montreal Canadiens. RFA, Montembeault, et Primo. I'm not sure. I'm sure they will sign Primo back. Montembeault, it's a 50-50 on my eyes. I think they're looking maybe for other option. One of them is Pietro for Vancouver. It was a rumor. We talked about this a couple of days ago. And prospect, they have Dorbez right now with Ohio State and NCAA. And Frédéric Deschaux. So it'll be interesting in the future, both of them, what they're going to do in the Montreal organization. Now, they have a lot of pick in the third round and fourth round. Example, 62, 66, 75. I think Montreal should thinking about maybe take a goalie if they are available. The two best goaltender right now in the draft are Tyler Brennan and Evelyn. I'm going to talk about them in the next couple of minutes. On the market, if ever they're looking for other goaltender this year, it's Georgiev, Samsonov, and Husso. All the three. Husso is UFA. They will have to trade for Georgiev and Samsonov. My thinking about this situation, guys, I want to sharing today with you is I don't think Montreal right now is ready to get a goaltender on the trade or on the UFA. I think they are 1 year to go that direction in my eyes. I think with Carey Price, we don't know what's happening with him. With Jake Allen right now, and Everett Montembeault signed up, I think they are fine for the upcoming year. Now, if Montembeault is not signed up, a national goaltender, backup number 2 or number 3, whatever you call it. So it's something you have to follow up. Let's talk about the two goaltenders just mentioned on the NHL draft. I'll become now the NHL prospect for my episode today. It's Tyler Brennan, goaltender for Prince George Cougar. He's a big guy, guys, 6'4", 190. Junior Hockey League, guys, the number are not honestly what you need to look. What you talking about? Because the junior, Patrick Roy guy, it was over 4 goal again average, 4.00 during his career. What they like a lot for him is the way he played strong on his technique and his positions during the game. So it's something Montreal should look about him if they are possible to trade him late on the third round pick or earlier on the fourth round pick. The second one, guy, is an underrated goaltender because he's only 5'10". But what an amazing goaltender. He won the U18 championship with Sweden. He have an amazing, great run this year with 21-7, 1.82 with the J20 national team. But again, he's only 5'10". But you talk about, guys, his technique, his skill, his square, his movement, T-push. He's a really a great. Will be interesting if a team would take a chance. Like I said, there's only lack of prime he got is really his size. And not many on 5'10" in NHL find a way to become successful. Now, guys, I want to sharing this a little bit quickly. It's a thing I get all the time in the website. I'm a member of this website. I just want to sharing with you. I don't want to take a time here, but I'll give you an idea, the team profile of the Montreal Canadiens, and of course, the rank prospect team in NHL compared to any other team. Take a time about this. I'm not all agree with their top 10 prospect they wrote there. Remember, guys, a couple of days ago, I talked about the prospect ranking pool. Finally, let's move on to the HABS history. Guys, 5 years ago, July 2nd, 2017, Carey Price signed the biggest contract in NHL history for the Montreal Canadiens franchise. 8 years contract at $10.5 million AAV with a total of $84 million. Winning price, what he did for the Montreal, since he got picked in 2005. History right now, what's going on with him in the last 12, 14 months. But again, that's a great date in history for the Montreal Canadiens. I just want to sharing with you, July 2nd, 2017. Let's move on now for the trade bait of the day. Jesse PULJUJARVI requests a trade for the Edmonton Oilers. He feel like he don't have enough TOI. He's considering him more like a top 6, and Edmonton Oilers now are maybe looking to trade. I select for you guys 4 teams. I think they should trade for him. The Carolina is really interesting. I think Martin Necas is almost the same age, 23 years old. Did not do well this year. You have a lot of upside down with Necas. I love this kid. But I think if you want to change in decor, sometimes it's good for players. I think PULJUJARVI for Necas, 1-1. Both teams take advantage of that one, of this situation or transaction. Ottawa, they talk about maybe to trade Connor Brown for PULJUJARVI. I think that would be good for both teams. Brown is a great top 9, could be a top 6 at some level. Great two-way players, good on the special team. I think Oilers going to love to get Brown. And then Ottawa to add size, a 6'3" forward. I think that would be good for them too. Buffalo is a little bit a long shot like Columbus. Buffalo maybe looking to add a third. They have a lot picks in the future with Columbus. I think both teams could trade a second-round pick in return. But now Edmonton's looking at players to make an impact already. Do you believe Buffalo could trade Casey Mittelstadt, Oilers against PULJUJARVI? I'm not sure. Columbus is very interesting. I think they don't have kind of players what the Oilers are looking for, but maybe a second-round pick could make interesting a transaction between both teams. Finally, guys, conclude episode number 55. Let's talk about a couple of news. The Winnipeg Jets hire Rick Barnes as a new head coach. I'm not agree. I'm shocked. I don't know what the heck the Jets are doing. The Vancouver Canucks signed Brock Bowser, a great contract for them. 3 years at $6.6 million per year AAV for a total of $19,950. At 25 years old, I think is a great bridge contract we call in hockey. So that's a great signature for the Vancouver Canucks. The Tampa Bay Lightning did the same thing. They signed a long-term Nick Paul, a 7 years contract at $3.1 AAV per year for a total of $22 million. At 27 years old, guarantees finish his career, I think, with the Tampa Bay Lightning. The Vancouver Canucks hire MICHEL. Yo is an ex-head coach interim from the Philadelphia Flyers. They also signed 2 players yesterday. A 1-way contract with Jack Radbourne, a 23 years old LD, for $0.5 for $850,000 per year, a total of $1.7, a 2 years contract. And then they signed also Noah Jolson, a 2-way contract, a 1 year only, at $750 if he made the team, if not $250. And finally, the Flyers announced they hire Brad Shaw as an assistant coach, joined Tortorella for the team behind the bench. So they are pretty much the news we got in NHL on July 1st. Here we go, guys. Episode 55 done. Hopefully you enjoy it. But before we leave, we invite you, don't forget to click on the like, subscribe, and finally leave me a comment. Tell me what you think about episode number 55. And of course, you have greatness inside of you. Have an amazing, great Saturday, everybody. Enjoy your weekend, the first weekend of July and 2022.